about it. It takes a community-driven grassroots approach to providing grants and loans to public and private developers of affordable housing throughout Colorado. And it focuses on improving building energy efficiency and co-locating housing near transit and town centers. And this results in reducing rent and utility and transportation costs for low and moderate income households. It also reduces air pollution and greenhouse gas emissions. And one thing I'm also really excited about, it directs the Division of Housing to work with other departments to repurpose unused state buildings for affordable housing. Thank you, Governor Polis.
I think you should sign it, Gov.
Well, I was going to turn it over to Senator Bridges. Go ahead, Senator Bridges.
This is a community-driven bill that Representative Burnett did an excellent job outlining. I mean, I'd say bottom line, just because you live in affordable housing doesn't mean you shouldn't have access to energy efficient anything. And there's there's funding out there to help folks, but not in this particular area the way we need to. Some folks who actually need the savings the most. This bill actually helps those people with the energy efficiency, with transit-oriented development. It's a great bill to realign the department to what we think is going to be really most needed and most helpful moving forward.
Great. And I also want to thank Senator Coram for his work on this bill. I don't think he's able to join us. And we're very excited. Congratulations, Representative Burnett, Senator Bridges. And with that, I'll be happy to make it the law of Colorado. Are we ready?
Look at that.
Okay. It's official. It's the law of Colorado.
All right.
Congratulations to everybody. So our next bill is 1019, and that's the modification to prefab housing bill. It makes it easier to do pre-built housing in our state, which is a wonderful source of low-cost housing. And people think of sort of, our grandparents' prefab housing. No, this is like these are cool places that you or I would want to live. I want to thank Representative Hooten, Senator Janal, Senator Woodward for their great work in this area. This clarifies and streamlines the regulatory authority. It simplifies the process for factory-built housing, removing unnecessary barriers, reducing costs, making it easier to deploy modular homes. And that can create savings in both time and fees by eliminating duplication of efforts. Consumers won't have to pay fees on these duplicative efforts. Faster delivery of product. Really an important part, I feel, of meeting our state's housing needs will be modular housing. And I'm really excited about this bill and modular housing and all of the great technologies. I mean, you can even print them out on your 3D printer now. You can print out a house if you want. Maybe not your 3D printer, but on a really big 3D printer, you can do a 3D printed house. With that, I'll turn it over to Representative Hooten.
No, thank you, Governor. And I would have to say, if you were presenting the bill in committee, you would have sewn it up. I mean, that was excellent. I'll just add that in 2000, during our Great Recession, we lost the mobile home manufacturers in Colorado. A lot of industries went belly up, but we have not been able to reattract them to the state since our economy has rebounded. And so the Division of Housing, who I work quite a bit with on a lot of housing related issues. I know Senator Janal, my partner, does too. One of the considerations during this stakeholding that has been done during the interim and the early part of this session was to consider how we can attract these manufacturers back to Colorado. So in addition to everything that you identified, Governor, this is another aspect of the bill that we are excited to see make it more attractive to create jobs through manufacturing in Colorado, in addition to housing Coloradan residents affordably.
Thank you. And as Representative Hooten highlighted, it's largely about housing, but it's also about jobs in Colorado producing modular homes. And we want to be one of the best places for modular home companies. And there are several already. And with this, I think many of them contributed ideas to this bill. We hope to create even more jobs in Colorado. Senator Janal.
Thank you, Governor, and thank you to Representative Hooton. It's a pleasure to run this bill with you, as is a lot of the housing, manufactured housing bills. They are extremely important for affordable housing. And again, the reason for this update was that the current regulations that we have hadn't been updated in 10 plus years. And the manufactured housing, as I said, is very valuable, not just for housing stock, but for creating jobs. As Representative Hooton had said, that after the recession, we lost all of the companies who manufactured housing here in Colorado. They went to Kansas, they went to Indiana, they went to other states. We need to bring them back. And I think this bill helps clear up the confusion that we've had with industry, between regulatory agencies at the federal and state and local levels concerning the regulation of factory-built structures, in particular the construction and installation of manufactured homes. This bill is not a glamorous bill, but it is a very good bill. And it's sensible government. It clarifies the law and will help, as you said, Governor, to revitalize the manufactured home industry, bring jobs into Colorado, and also boost the economy in that way, but also provide more affordable housing for the people of Colorado. And I just want to thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you. And Senator Woodward, we also express gratitude. I don't see him on, but I want to thank him for his work on this as well. Allison George, the Director of Housing of DOLA, would also like to say a few words about this bill. Allison?
Thank you, Governor Polis, and the legislative leadership of Representative Hooton and Senator Janal and Senator Woodward. I would also like to give a special thanks to the broad stakeholder support and engagement in the passing of House Bill 1019. This bill, House Bill 1019, clarifies the roles of the state and local jurisdictions in the installation and sale of manufactured homes. This is all aimed at building more housing more efficiently. The overall production of housing in Colorado has been down by over a third in the last decade. We must build more to meet the housing needs of Coloradans. House Bill 1019 works towards streamlining the factory-built process and the coordination between the state and local jurisdictions to maximize housing options for Coloradans. Factory-built housing can be an efficient, cost-effective solution across Colorado, particularly in rural areas with unique housing pressures and shorter building seasons. So thank you so much for your support, your leadership, in passing this bill. Thank you.
I also want to acknowledge the Executive Director of our Department of Local Affairs, Rick Garcia, is with us. Rick, thank you for joining us. I also want to highlight that the last bill, the bill I signed before this, was Representative Burnett's first bill, which I didn't acknowledge. So Representative Burnett, you're going to get this pen that I used to sign your bill and this bill. So it's a double housing pen, and we'll make sure that our staff gets that to you right away. So without further ado, let me go ahead and sign this bill. Whoops. It's official. It's a law of Colorado. And congratulations. We want to be a mecca for modular homes, and this bill will help make that happen. So Representative Hooton, my rep, congratulations. Thanks for your work. The next